Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Got Riley Bruff here again with me from the RMX Academy. Riley, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Dude, I'm fantastic. We came out here today for the RMX Academy's training day, so thanks for letting us come out today and ride.
Heck yeah. Awesome day of training. Standing out in the heat, watching the kids ride, watching Chase ride. But yeah, solid day. Love
Yes.
it.
But in any case, we want to talk today about the new Sidi Crossair boot that just got released. And Riley is a perfect guy to do this with. We both rode in these today for the first time. Riley, so a little back history here. Riley bought a pair of Crossfire 3 SRSs years ago.
A couple years ago, yeah.
Didn't really like them, and then they just kind of sat in your trailer for a while.
Yep.
Lo and behold, we do a premium boot shootout, and you're like, huh, I actually kind of like these. And you've been riding them a lot since then.
Yeah, so when we did the premium boot shootout, the Sidi Crossfire 3s ranked last in on my rankings anyway. And that kind of sparked me to, like, there were some things I liked about it, ankle mobility being one. The thing I really didn't like about it was the peg feel. Sole was really hard. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna force myself to spend some more time on these things. Ended up breaking the sole in enough to where I had the peg feel that I wanted. Ended up loving the boots.
Well, let's talk about the new Crossair. So with this, look, let's call a spade here. It's very, very similar to the Tahoe, which Sidi's had around for a while, but they did change some things up. They changed some of the materials on here. They lightened it up. They say it's the lightest motocross boot, and gosh dang, it is pretty dang lightweight. I did weigh this against the Fox Instinct, which is the lightest premium boot that we had in our shootout, and it does come in lighter than that. And when you and I put this on today, that was the first thing that we talked about. I was like, holy crap, especially to a Crossfire 3, it feels very light when you put these on.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, obviously that's why they call them the Crossair, because they are super light. The very first thing that came to my mind when I put these on and I rode with them for the first time was the Fox Instinct came to mind, honestly. I love
tons of mobility right away.
Tons of mobility, super light, super connected to the bike. Peg feel is great. Like I said, I mean, we're comparing this against the Crossfire 3, but the Fox Instinct was the first boot that came to my mind when I put this thing on.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a big thing to talk about too is the fit with this, because I don't gel well with the Crossfire 3. Around the ankle and the heel area, it's just not comfortable for me. It's thinner around the arch of my foot. This boot to me, Riley, the Crossair, is definitely wider. I wore this today, no issues with the fitment. There is one thing I will pick apart with the fit, but as far as the width and everything, I had zero hot spots. How about you?
Zero hot spots. I mean, the thing is just pretty seamless inside and out. Like, you look on the inside right here versus the Crossfire 3. The Crossfire 3 is kind of patchy.
This is flat.
This is just dead flat all the way down, and the inside of the boot feels the same. That just gives me just super connected to the bike on the inside.
Yep, so if you are looking at Sidi's, maybe you've tried the Crossfire 3 in the past and you thought that's just too thin, it didn't fit you right, but you do want to try maybe another pair, these are a wider fitting boot. The only thing for me, and this was an issue for you, but one thing about Sidi boots in general is that they have European sizing. So I was wearing a size 43 today, which is actually a 9.4 US. And I'm a size 9 boot in all the other options. So the problem for me is that I'm right between sizes. So a 9.4 feels a half size too big. And I've tried on the next size down, but then that's just too small. Yep. So I'm just kind of in this no man's land of like, it's a little bit too big, but I can't go down a size. So that's my only complaint, is that I wish they had just a flat out 9 for me. But you wear an 11, and the European size translates right to an 11. It fits you fine, right?
Yeah, fits me perfect. No complaints on fitment there whatsoever. So.
Yeah, one thing that we both talked about, and the Crossfire 3 is known for this too, I think that this boot has the most flexibility just right out of the box. Like, like when they say no break-in time, this is no break-in time.
Yeah.
Like, even less than the Instinct, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that was kind of, I think I said that in our boot review, that Fox Instinct had very, very minimal, if any, braking time, and this one beats that for sure. Like, right out of the box was just ready to go. No problems, no hot spots too. You know, we kind of complained about hot spots, this and that on other boots, and nothing. Just seamless fit inside and out, no braking time.
They do have a little insert right here between the two lower buckles that the Crossfire 3 doesn't, which is just there to give a little bit more support. So you notice it when you put it on, you flex your ankles, you'll feel this thing kind of help limit that range of motion. They got a hyperextension stop in the back, but for me, probably the biggest improvement other than the weight and the fit that I loved about this today was the feel in the foot pegs.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you said was kind of your complaints about the Crossfire 3. This is a new sole design. It's not their standard replaceable sole that we've seen from Sidi for a lot of years. They use Malcolm Stewart to do a lot of development with this. So it's more of your just traditional bonded sole, but gosh, the feel on the bike, the connection to the foot pegs for me, I could feel my brake pedal really good. So that to me was the biggest standout thing about what I liked about this Crossair today. How about you, Riley?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like, man, this thing right out of the box is everything I love about a Sidi, as well as a softer sole so I can feel the peg really well. Hard to beat at that point.
Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't a few things that we were kind of iffy about with the new Crossair. So one being is to lighten this boot up. Obviously you can see it's a much more simplified boot than the Crossfire 3. There's a lot less plastic on the outside, not as many replaceable parts. But one thing that we noticed is it's just super soft on the upper. Like, you just don't feel like you've got a lot of impact protection there. And even on the back here, Riley was saying, man, he's like, it didn't happen today, but we were discussing, like, what if you cut a foot peg to the back of the calf here? And it is kind of a concern that you have. So yeah, that was honestly, outside of that, the only other thing that I noticed to that I do want to bring up is, look, they're using this more mesh fabric here on the upper, obviously airflow, trying to lighten it up. However, I did catch it today. I don't know when or what I did, but I got a little snag right there. So as far as the durability goes, I have no concerns about the sole, anything. Just this upper portion right here is the only spot that I saw that I was like, yeah, I might tear that pretty easily. But aside from that though, Riley, you and I both, safe to say, we both really liked the new Crossair boot. The things that I didn't like about the Crossfire 3 was mostly the fit and the feel on the pegs. With this, all that is gone for me. This is a boot that I would gladly go ride and moto in, and I have no issue with that. And then Riley, kind of summarize, would you choose this over the Crossfire 3?
Man, that's a tough one. it's so close. And I'm excited to ride in this boot more and more and see. The first thing that comes to mind when I wore this boot for the first time is like, it's a performance boot to me. I think it's so light, it's so free. I think out of the box, yes, I would choose it over the Crossfire 3 all day long. Yeah, longevity wise, I guess we'll have to see. Durability, see how it holds up. I mean, that's kind of, I feel like I say that in every boot video we do. When a boot is this free right off the bat, I question, you know, how it's going to hold up and become too free and therefore maybe not be safe. You know, maybe I'm picking it apart a little bit too much, but that would be the question that I have. And but yeah, straight out of the box, I think I'd have to pick it over the Crossfire 3 just for out of the box feel.
Okay, fair enough. Well, there you have it. That is our breakdown and review of the new Sidi Crossair. So super lightweight, great mobility, good feel on the foot pegs, maybe not the impact protection or durability in some areas as a Crossfire 3, but they did a good job. So if you have questions, comments, so please leave those down below. We'll help to get those answered. To grab a set, you can click the link or head to RockyMountainATVMC.com. If you live in Utah, Idaho, Nevada, any of the surrounding states of Utah, if you're looking to do a cool training camp at amazing tracks, look up the RMX Academy. But as always, if you want to stay up to date on good boot reviews like this, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. Riley's done the premium boot shootout with us. We also did a versus with the Tech 10 and the Instinct. Your brother just did one with me, so be sure to check those all out. I am Chase. This is Riley. We'll see you next time.